and became the first Republican in my family. And I knew that I felt like thousands of others must have felt like, just like me, coming out of school and young and getting started and so forth, full of idealism, full of optimism for themselves and for their country. And you get to thinking as you get involved in the political process how you apply those things that you learned in school. And I think what we concluded was what those old gentlemen many years ago meant was a government that was limited, but a government that was strong enough to protect us. It was a government based upon the rule of law and a market economy and common sense. I could never find a country in the history books, or certainly in modern times, that applied those things. It wasn't successful. It wasn't free and wasn't economically successful. It was a government that they had in mind that would keep taxes and regulations low and rank freedom and individual responsibility very high, and with a heavy dose of patriotism, unabashed patriotism, not just the flag-waving kind, although that's certainly a part of it, but the notion that you'd always try to do what was right for your country, put partisanship, everything else aside, self-interest, and try your best to figure out what was best for your country. My friends, that's the party that I joined. I'll bet you that that's the party that you joined, and that's the party our country needs today. Why do I say that the country needs the Republican Party today? Well, to me, it's because of the challenges that our country faces. Islamic fundamentalism that would like nothing more than to see a mushroom cloud over an American city. Nation states that sometimes are in league with these most radical people who are building nuclear capabilities of their own. The challenges of a global economy where millions and millions of people are going on the job market in other countries to compete directly with our folks. And we need to have the dynamism in our own economy to respond to that and deal with that, and the educational system to support the things we need to do to be competitive, as we always have. It works for us. We have to adjust to it, but it's a good thing for us in the long run. Keeps us fresh, keeps us moving, keeps us doing the things that have been so successful for us for so many years. But it is a challenge. We cannot do dumb things in response to that and expect to be successful. Another challenge, of course, comes sometimes from good things. Because we got the best medical system in the world, we're living longer. But that presents a challenge to our entitlement programs. If we go on exactly the same way that we do, we're going to have one generation supporting another with a tremendous burden on the retirement programs that cannot be sustained. We'll be bankrupt in the Social Security and Medicare programs as we speak, as the current situation exists, unless we do some things differently. We're going to have to be more focused, we're going to have to be smarter, we're going to have to be more determined, and we're going to have to be more together as a nation than we've ever been before. Are we together? Are we more together? I look at Congress and I see the only real debate going on in Congress is what our surrender date's going to be. I listen to the Democratic congressional leaders and I hear them talking about how many seats they're going to pick up because of this war. I listen to one of the presidential candidates talk about that this is a phony war, the war on terror. This is what passes for policy today in the Democratic Party. I see a Congress that does not realize that what's going on now is a part of a much bigger picture. I don't know how to put it any simpler. There are many, many people out there in this world today whose number one target is the United States of America and killing as many innocent Americans as they possibly can. They've got a 100-year plan in their notion that's been going on for hundreds of years, and this is just a part of the deal. And they can look 100 years in the future, while as far as we can look sometimes, presumably, is to the next election. They've attacked us time and time again, whether it be the USS Cole, the embassies in Northern Africa, Beirut, and of course culminated in 9/11. Osama bin Laden bragged about the fact that they've already defeated the toughest enemy, the Soviet Union, in Afghanistan. And we're just next on the list. The Middle East is just a part of the plan. Get rid of us, then it's Israel, then it's Lebanon, the struggling democracies in that part of the world, then it's on around the globe.